Andrew Tate is 4 times kickboxing world champion and 25th most googled person in 2023. And even after finishing his kickboxing career 3 years ago, he is still in a very good shape. And today I will live 24 hours like Andrew Tate, and I will show you his very controversial workout and food diets that he claims he follows to stay in a good shape. As a real top G, when he wakes up, the first thing that he reaches to is of course his phone.
First thing you do when you wake up, when your eyes are even half open, is you reach and you grab your phone, because that's your portal to the outside world. That's how you run your empire.
As I said, his routine is very controversial, and some resources mention that he only had 1 meal per day, containing only protein. But I'm not gonna do that, cause this is bad for muscle building. There is no way all of this protein can be produced by my body in one take. And Tate claims that protein takes about 80% of his calorie intake, and I don't believe in that. For breakfast I had 3 eggs, cheese and tuna, and all of that had as much fat as it had protein. And even simple beef has lots of fat in it. So how he claims to eat 80% of protein, I have no idea. When he was still boxing, Andrew Tate would start his day with a run. Then he would do shadow boxing, burpees and push-ups while wearing a weighted vest. And he claims to do high reps of all of these exercises. So I started my day with 100 push-ups. And cause I'm living a day like a real top G, the first thing I did is I went flying on a private jet. And now, as you saw my influence, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel and press this like button, because this is where I help you to build your dream body and live a better life, and explaining how to do that in an exciting way. I hope you did that, and this plane was just my dad's hobby. After I came back home, I had a lunch with plain cottage cheese and some avocado salad. And it was about 100 grams of protein and 15 grams of carbs in total for a day. And while this lunch gave me enough calories, I didn't feel very well, and I felt that this is not enough for me. I knew that carbs is an energy for building muscle, and I decided to add some carbs to my after meal. 80% of protein is bullshit. I'm not a liver king. Then I continued with push-ups. I aim to do 600 push-ups for a day. But Top G claims that he does 1000, but we don't care. I have 2 hours to do 400 push-ups, and 200 of them should be burpees. I hope I'm gonna do this, but it sounds insane. Between sets I was playing chess to show these guys who is the real boss here. And I won about 7 games in a row. This is a lot. After 400 push-ups I wanted to do 200 burpees. This is what Top G does. But after 10 I started doing them without push-ups cause it was hard, and after 30 I stopped completely. Cause I felt that I will not have enough energy left for my main cardio, which I will talk about after the dinner. On dinner I had cottage cheese again with some raspberries and blueberries. This is my favorite high protein meal. By the way, Tate also says that he has no diet and his diet is KFC.
And people say to me, wow, what's your diet? What's your meal prep? I'm like, bro, meal prep, KFC. My diet's not great.
But we'll talk about it at the end of this video. And then I went to the gym, which Top G hates. Here is why.
Go to the gym because you can train easily at home. Time is precious. And I don't have time to drive to the gym. It's all a waste of time. I ain't got that time because I train at home and I'll kick the f*** out of anybody.
But this is the only place where I can get a jump rope, which was too short for me and I couldn't even do it properly. Who the heck made this rope so short? Before that I actually did some shadow boxing, and it's a pretty nice exercise. I reminded myself about a few kickboxing techniques and shaked my arms. And then I ran a few kilometers on a treadmill. I usually do that outside in the evening, but this evening Top G had some other plans. So I did it in the only place where sun cannot reach me. Then I filled my protein window with a protein shake, and in total I've got 170 grams of protein for a day. And it was a time for a night Top G. I went for Ed Sheeran's concert. This is not what Top G does, but who cares? The songs were pretty good, but this guy was in the center of the entire stadium, and me, as Top G, didn't like it. That was supposed to be me, who everyone looks at. I am the Top G today. And I left in 1 hour. Top G doesn't like what 99% of people do. And I just didn't know many of these songs actually. And before we will look at main takeaways of Andrew Tate, let's look at how my body has changed. Right now you're looking at the same footage, cause come on, My body will never change in one day. But my weight dropped by half a pound, and that's pretty nice. Okay, and now let's be serious and talk about main Andrew's tips and quotes about bodybuilding. Andrew recommends to focus on regular body weight exercises. And this is what I can agree on, because you don't need a gym to build muscles. Do plenty of cardio and high-intensive interval trainings. I wouldn't say that this is important, but I do that myself to burn fat, so yeah, that's a good one. Don't consume added sugars and reduce your carbs intake to a minimum. That's a good one, but you still need carbs. And this is two main takeaways that I learned from this challenge. You should consume lots of protein, about 1 gram per each pound of your body weight. But don't consume insane amounts of it. It doesn't make much sense, at least for most of us. And the second takeaway is that you should train as much as possible while you are young. Andrew admits that he is able to get away with a lot more in terms of bad diet, including KFC, than most people just because he trained a lot when he was young.
But I think because I trained so hard when I was young, when I was 20s, you build a base, and then as long as you're not an idiot, you can't lose it, you don't mess it up. So I just do a little bit here and there.
Also during that time, Tate didn't drink at all. And this is what I want you to do. Build your foundation right now while you are young, and then later you will just need to save. And to do that, subscribe to my channel right now and press this like button. I have lots of tips here, workouts, productive challenges that will help you to build a better body. And now let's switch to the next video where I train like Chris Hera with only his own workouts. He is a god of bodyweight training, and I'm sharing lots of his own tips right here. And I'll see you in that video. Stay strong.